Good morning and welcome to Carp Pursuit Series 2, Episode 3. We're on St John's at the Mega Linear Fisheries. Not set up yet, just arrived. This trip I've got Russ with me, the Italian stallion. Ooh, nothing to do with Italy really, is it, Russ? But Russ, one of our angling team. What do you think, mate? You've never been to anywhere like this, have you? Linear?
No, this is quite new to me, to be honest. But there's a lot of fish in here.
There is, mate, yeah. It's a bit fish and all.
It's a bit cold.
Well, you'd never have guessed, would you? You know, we're both honest, like.
Well, we do our best, mate, eh?
Right, we've got a couple of days to, I don't know what the challenge is yet that Jay has set us, or what this is, the Wheel of Fortune is going to give us. So I think without further ado, do you want to have a little spin there? Go on, have a little spin, right? We are edging on there, that's boilie fishing late. Yeah? We got that? Right, well, we both use that because we are working with time at night. So that'll do, mate. I mean, I'm pretty sure St John's doesn't always lean itself to boilie fishing. The one stumbling block we've got in here is them big, long catfish things that do love we'll see what boilies we've got in the van, because all depends what Jay's got in the van for us on that one, because he's got quite a full up van. We've got all that in the van. Other than the zig fish, he's got all that in the van. So, Jay, what are you saying? What are we doing next?
Right. So the challenge is going to be, I think, if we go for a 20 and a 30, that's the challenge.
Yeah.
I'm going to take myself away in the van because those boilies are deep in the van.
Right, okay.
You guys get yourself set up. We'll come back in a sec.
Well, it would have been nicer, right? Because this is St John's fishing, particle fishing, and in my van I've got tons of sweet corn, but it isn't. We've got to go with that. So yeah, right, you're going to nip to the van, we'll get our barrows. We've got 2 pegs behind us here that need bivvies putting up in. You've gone all quiet. What's up, Russ? Gone all quiet, mate?
I'm just a bit worried.
Starstruck.
Just a bit worried.
Bit worried. Mate, I'm worried. You've never caught catfish, have you?
I don't want to catch
You
one.
should be afraid, very afraid. Right, let's get the bivvies done and get the rod sorted. Come on, bud.
So guys, here's the little care package I've created for you.
Little and care. You don't care, mate. But if you cared, this would be Monster Tiger Nut, not that because of the crane, because of the catfish in here. But yeah, I mean, this is a phenomenal bait, and we've both used it a lot.
I've caught a lot of fish on this.
Yeah, I used a lot of that last winter and done all right in powder form, as well as, you know, chops and whatever you do, don't you? So, but it was interesting when you saw Jay setting this amazing array of bait up that you'd never even seen this one.
I've not seen it.
That is, I mean, it speaks for itself, doesn't it, Russ? Soaking boilies in it, dipping bags in it, and all that old stuff, mate. It's like PVO friendly.
It stinks. That's all. If it stinks, it works.
I'm going to let you have both of them bottles because of the catfish. But we've got super stenches. I'm glad that we have got 15s over there we can use if not, but I like using the 12 millers. So we've got a various array there, hook bait dip. Mate, I'm all right with this. You know,
I've got loads on them as well.
Oh, the sweet spice, yeah. No, I'm happy with that, Jay. I'm good with that, make that choice. So it usually is a particle venue, but boilies, bigger fish. And when I catch a 10 pounds in there, you can remind me I said that, can't you? You happy with what you got here, Russ?
Yep, the only concern, catfish.
You've never had one. I know I mentioned that in the intro, but you know, I really hope you get one so you can tick it off your list, buddy. So, right,
I'm happy with this. This is
that's first class. That is, mate. So with that, we'll leave that there. Carry on getting set up, and then we'll come back and go have our feature. Cheers.
Glad. This is what I'm gonna give a go to. I'm gonna open these up. Okay. The old hot crab and krill. Done really well on these this year. I've made a little bit of a spod mix. A few in here. ring a few up. I don't want them too small. All different sizes. Just don't want a catfish. Yeah, I'll just make a little bit because I'm not going to put too much out. Something like that. Then I'm going to put a bit of this. I've never seen this before, but that's really a stinky one. I like anything like this. Get that in now. I'm actually going to get the hands in and mix it up, so I haven't got a spoon. And then what I'm going to do rig-wise, I'm going to fish on the top of that. That's basically all I'm going to do. I might do a few actually, do a few chops, I think. And the rig I'm going to use, I'm going to go in with half a hard hook bait on the top, on the bottom, and topped by, I've been told that yellow is the colour to have on here, so pineapple and banana. I'm going to cut one of those in half. Basically like, just like that.
Right, what I've chosen, the rods are behind me. I can't make my mind up. There's a swim. Russ is in the, incidentally, right, Russ is in the best swim on the whole linear complex. Just want to put that in there, mate, just in case he don't catch anything. All over him, like salmon, in the best peg. Moving on, because I don't want to belittle him and all that. So, the drop down swim to the left of Russ is empty, and so is this one. I've seen a few here just in the last hour or so, so I've put the rods here for starters. Right, what we've got is the first rod, hot crab and krill wafter, on like a little D rig with a bit of plastic, yes, on the top, which we don't do, but there are crayfish in here, and I was a bit concerned about a bait right on the lake bed, and it gives it a flash of colour, and no one said I can't yet, even Jay behind the camera. Well, he might now, he's clocked it, but that's on one of the rods. One of the others, Sweet Spice 12 miller on my favourite. It's a fluorocarbon, 25 Penoptimix fluorocarbon, boom, size 6 medium curve, and a 12 mil Sweet Spice. Now that literally balances down absolutely lovely there, and I do like these little baits. That's on the middle one, and the left hand one, if you can clock them rods, the bobbin's right up high. That's not because I've got a fish yet. There's a zig on it, and all I've done on the zig is one of these little babies and just give it a little snip around. Quite why we do that, I don't know, but it changes the shape of it. So there, that's on the left hand one. A nice 10-foot zig at the moment, which in an hour's time, if it ain't gone off, it'll be an 8-foot, and then a 6-foot, and then a 4-foot. So that's that. That's my 3 rods for fishing. But as I say, we've got 2 nights ahead of us. I may well end up in the one on the tree line, or I may end up staying here. Time will tell. Oh, hang on, no, the wafter rig as well. 4 boilies and 3 chopped up and scrummed up like that. Now that is a lovely little mouthful for a great big St. John's carp. Right, the left-hand point swim, other than the obvious tree line, which I've had a lead along, and I've found a nice spot, and ironically enough, where the wooden telegraph pole is at 20 wraps, there's a nice lot, almost like shingle, a light bumpy area. Either side of it's really, you know, when you drag through that silt, it feels horrid. So 1 rod later will be on the telegraph pole at 20 wraps, and 2 against that far tree at 20 wraps where I've leaded. So I'm going to stick out, I'm going to leave the tree line till later and probably walk round and put a few crushed up boilies on it. But for now, let's stick half a dozen spoms of boilie on that gravel, even if we are feeding the cats, because they are going to love this one. Absolutely love it. And we'll stick half a dozen spoms out there and leave it till this evening before we put a rod on it, because nothing is happening anywhere at the moment. But
Right, I've been put in apparently the best swim on the lake by Mr. Russell. Seen the odd fish with a cold northeasterly wind. I've cast out, had a bit of a lead around. I found at 21 wraps out. There's a nice sort of like a bit of pea shingly bottom out there, nice and smooth, amongst sort of silt. I'm going to put 3 rods out onto that and just spread a little bit of bait and just sort of see how it goes really. First night, might see them boshing somewhere else, they might be closer in. I've had a bit of a lead around close in, it's fairly silty and weedy closer in. But I'm led to believe that that's the clear air areas are the places to fish, and just put a bit of bait out and hopefully the fish will come.
Well, as I said earlier, doing the little rig bit, the little red pop-up Sweet Spice has come into their own. I've got a 12 miller against the trees, and I've put half a dozen spombs of crumb boilie over there. This one, I've cut it down, as you can see, nice trimmed up, 12 miller again for a zig, because the only fish we've, I mean, this time of day is not the best time of day to catch anything anyway on here, but we are seeing a couple in that centre zone. So what have we got? About a 7-foot zig there. Going to throw it out as far as I can, probably won't be very far, to be honest with you, into the middle, and see, we'll give it a couple of hours. But the other one against the tree line might get a result because it's shallow against the tree line. But yeah, I bet we're just over mid-water there with that, with the height of that, by the feel of that down. But it's worth a shot. Anything's worth a shot. Of late, we're told on here, most of the bites very late at night through to about 9:30, 10 a.m. Once this cloud clears, poof, you're off, you're on a wing and a prayer. But the sidewall might do a bite, as I've just said, because it does come up onto a shelf. And I've took about 4 casts to get it. Oh, there's one, just jumped right out. Look at that. What are we doing there, mate? Right, I'm going to redo that zig then. Right, let's pull you in. If that ain't a sign from the Lord himself, I don't know what is. So, as with me being a busybody with the fishing rods and driving people bonkers, always changing my mind, we are now going to throw the zig, which makes every bit of sense. 40 yards out and straight. Right. Let that untwist itself and off we go. Right, let's have it. There we go. Right, we are coming to the end of daylight on the we've been fishing since midday, I suppose. As far as I'm aware, there's not been a single, they are showing, but there's not been a single fish out all day. And there's a good few anglers on, as per usual. But, you know, when I spoke to the bailiffs this morning when I got here, Adam and that, a lot of the bites on St John's have been throughout the dark hours and then first 2 hours of daylight, which we would sort of expect, or that's what you're waiting for, that witching hour, the first 2 hours. But there's been nothing out at all. So we're not despondent. We've got 2 nights and another whole day ahead of us to do Jay's challenge, which on here, I've fished here a fair bit over the years. And if this is on form, that challenge lasts about 10 minutes and then we could have been released to do whatever we want to do tactical wise. But until it's achieved, we won't be doing anything other than sticking to the challenge. Will we, Jay? No, we've got to, we're all jacking aside. But they're showing all the way around here into the channel. So there you go. The same old line is, I'll use it, but I don't want to end on that, is if we don't see you this evening, we'll see you in the morning with a big one. But mate, we'll go to bed happy, I'm sure as I can be and as confident as I can be. We've got rods positioned where fish are showing. We've got boilies out there, which is unusual on here. Hope we don't get a cat. Hope we get a carp. Good night from me. And he makes nice tea. Good tea.
He has been good on the tea front.
Tea that's, yeah.
Lacking on the food front.
Yeah, you didn't bring any chocolate for us, did he?
No chocolate.
That's very selfish.
Granary bread.
Wait, bread with bits of rabbit food in. It's like to eat or sausage without any bread. Not my fault that I forgot it, it's his fault. Yeah, no chocolate. I don't get that. He knew we liked chocolate.
Ex-strong man though.
Yeah, I won't mess around with him though. He's a bit beefy, isn't he?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's the morning after the night before, and we're pleased to say, no, we're not actually, nothing's happened. A few of the lads have been, it's really bizarre because St John's is a really prolific lake, which is why we're doing this here, which is why I thought we'd immerse Russ into linear life for his first time ever. But a few of the lads have been around, there's not been a single take on the entire lake. And what's more worrying, these are excuses, aren't they? But,
Got to make something.
mate, we've got to make something because we're useless. Not even a cat's been out, and they are ravenous on here, so, but north-east wind. Any other excuse you got now? Give me another one.
We're trying, mate. We are trying hard.
But they are showing, it's bizarre because they're showing everywhere. But I'm deserting that drop-down peg where I've set up last night, and I'm moving into I don't know what number this is, the third one on the point, because on this corner, the two lads have disappeared over there, and now we're getting a silly display on this corner like you would expect at linear. But no bites yet, it's work in progress, and what happened earlier?
I had a sort of bolted take, didn't I, on a zig.
Have you put an hook on that zig now?
Yeah, it's pretty sharp. I thought I put it the wrong way round.
Because last it was upside and it's the wrong way up.
Something obviously went through the line, mate. I mean,
It's well, even that they were showing there though where you had your zig. So
Russ put it there.
Oh no, yeah, well
I had to try something.
mate, it's exactly you put it there before they were showing.
The thing is, they've been showing over the bait, didn't they, this morning again, yesterday.
Yeah, well,
They were sort of there in the area.
it's just it's St John's is not behaving like St John's, but we're here till tomorrow morning. We've got to be off at 9 tomorrow morning because it's exclusive booking. So it's 9 o'clock. We've got 24 hours, bud.
All we do is work our socks off.
We're going to run over excuses, but it's on tomorrow.
We'll take away today anyway. We've had a laugh.
Yeah, we have, mate. So the rods are here now on the deck, as you can see, the butts on the deck. 3 bags are out there with crushed boilies and whatever we've got to use. And I'm now going to move all my stuff while Jay watches the rods.
There's one.
Up to here.
One's just gone over. Look, you got no excuse, mate. There we are. I think you'll have one.
I hope so, mate. Right, I've got stuff to do. I need to move everything here and get out of that swim in case someone else wants it. While Jay watches the rod. So without further ado, you're going back over there, put the kettle on because you ain't made one yet. And I'm going to start carrying gear across from the other swim. So thank you very much. Oh, wouldn't that be just timely now? I've spent the last half hour rushing around like a lunatic while Jay watched the rods there. And as you can see, the Magnum's up. Now, I've committed to this. I did sit here yesterday for an hour watching them at this time in the morning and they were rolling. But what's changed is, I said it earlier, the two guys who were on the far side spomming out almost in front of this peak, to be fair, in their water, they've gone. So that gives the fish to move in this area a little bit more freedom. And all I've done is 3 crushed boilie bags with relative hook baits on and dropped them on the buzzers there. So keep it quiet, leave them there. And then when this is all sorted out, I thought we're going to get the kettle on in a minute because Russ, although he's not moaned, he has made every single cup of tea that we've had. So about time this Russ put the kettle on. Afternoon update. It is now 4 PM. We had.
That's well.
That's
not much, mate.
It is, you know, mate, we know how to catch carp, and there's 1,000 excuses that are going to pour out now. But something tells you that it's not fishing well in the respect that we're the only ones here.
Yeah.
So you could never get on linear and the whole lake is empty until today.
It says it all, doesn't it, really? It's
Well,
just not active.
So it also shows how effective Linear's Facebook and internet is, because they're constantly updating it, constantly monitor it, and when it starts kicking off, people hear. So clearly it ain't kicking off. But I've moved swims now from the one against the tree line there into the third one on the point, because they've been shown on this corner. They were showing it. I mean, it's frustrating, Russ. They were in front of you again this morning, to be fair. Even doing that.
Early hours,
Starting out
all over me. They're even over the bait, aren't they?
Yeah.
It's just they don't seem to be.
You know, we're always going to be up against it on here without. This is a genuine excuse, because we've spun the wheel and we're on boilies. If that had landed on corner them, I think it would have given us a better chance at a few fish, but it didn't, and we're sticking to the plan, mate. You know.
Roger,
Hey.
I walked around yesterday. No one was catching. No one's had nothing. So,
well, we'll stick with what we're doing. I'm going to shoot out 1 hour. I'm going to the village.
1 hour.
1 hour's time. I'm going to the village to get us chicken kebab each, I think was discussed, wasn't it? And then we get the rods back out after that.
We need to eat them, even if the fish are not.
Yeah, you can eat them. But that's not saying that isn't working, because nobody on this lake has caught anything. That's why they've all gone home. But we're not. We're here till the morning. We're going to go and get fed later, and then the rods will go back in the water after that, mate. So who knows? We've got no lines in the water now, other than our 6.
I don't know if that's a good thing or not, really.
Well, on day tickets, you know, they do. If there's only 2 little baited areas, I mean, I've now using bags of crumb with wafters and that from just on the boarding range, rather than throwing boilies everywhere, because clearly they're not scooping up like they normally would. Even the cats ain't coming out.
No,
I cannot believe we are using that on St John's, which the cats are one of the reasons I never ever really come on here, because you're going to catch them. They're that reliable,
yeah,
and they're not. So with that in the water, it just shows the lake shut down. But what happened? We're on a really cold northeasterly. First time we've had t-shirts off, we've had the hoodies, and that's because I've moved swims beyond this great big tree.
As soon as the sun goes down, and it's cold. It's cold. You can't.
It's cold. So excuses out of the way. We got a night. Moved on to fish now. Let's just start. We're both changing tack a little bit, moving to areas where there's less bait, which might not make sense to some of you, but it is to us at the moment. They're not marauding around, wiping the lake bed like they normally would do. And I mean, 48 hours we've been here. Oh no, 24 hours. So we've got 48 hours overall. 24 hours we've been here. I would have expected 3 or 4 each. I really would.
Yeah, I know you said.
And in the 48-hour trip,
here, but
no, well, you know, and even Adam coming in the bailiff, rock hard Adam. We'll really like to him as. We, you know, 48 hours fishing. We'd have half a dozen to 10 fish each, mate. But anyway, nearly kebab time. We'll get back to you later this evening as the old sun's going down. With or without a fish, we'll let you know how the kebabs work, because they are usually bon appetit from that chippy in the village. Good evening and welcome. There we are. Last evening, unfortunately, still nothing's. This is getting to be a bit repetitive now, isn't it, Russ? To be fair, mate.
We are trying.
Well, you've shifted.
Yeah.
You've had to move into that channel from the middle peg.
Yeah.
Because there's so many showing there, isn't there? So
yeah, I've just put out literally two low zigs, whittled down boilies on both. And I've got a pop-up as well out there. Just really with a bit of showing. I've got drops, so...
Well, I don't think we dare put any bait out, mate. But they're not on beds of bait, we know that.
No.
So if we're going to nick one, it's going to be a random one out of the blue, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm there, Nick. I'm next to you. That's amazing. That's so lovely, isn't it?
Yeah.
That is lovely, isn't it?
I hope I'm going to keep you
All 3 of us now are in very close proximity, and you do snore like a walrus. Like a generator.
Yeah, sorry about that.
But nice, we had a nice bit, we popped out, me and Jay popped out a nice bit of grub, sorted him out, and it's getting dark soon, but nothing to report. We've got to be off at 9 as an exclusive. Just talking to the bloke, actually. Pretty cool exclusive for the Royal National Lifeboats, isn't it? So that's all right. I've met him before at the shows. Nice fella, but we have got to be off at 8:59 and 59 seconds in the morning. So
we'll have one before that.
We'll push that to the bone because we can.
Yeah.
If we've got to be off at 9, we'll be off at 9. But yeah, if anything happens, we'll turn the big light on. Jay's got a scan your head light that we can film a fish with, and if not, we'll do an early morning.
Fingers crossed.
Which will probably also be an end of film. But there you go. It's good night from him.
Good light from him.
There you go. Ta-da. Never in doubt till about 7 minutes ago. Hey, this fishing. There we are. 36 pounds of a first light bite. Bag of crumb and a little sweet spice wafter. I've done it in the end for me, so they're still showing out there. We've got a couple of hours yet before we have to be off for the lifeboat event. So who knows? We might get another one or two yet. They are showing out where the bags are. So 36 pounder, no one's going to moan at that. Thank you, St John's. Thank you, Linear. Let's get some stills. Well, we've got literally half an hour left before we have to be off for this exclusive booking event, but 48 hours, mate.
It's been a good laugh. It's been tough fishing.
It has been tough fishing, mate, and we are going to make more excuses, but we've tried hard. Even you, mate, even you moved swims.
I know.
Don't you, mate? When they were showing what you had to do, Ross, didn't you? We haven't completed the mission that Jay set us, but that nice 36 pounder definitely will, I think, make up for that.
Done well now, mate.
Yeah,
that one out.
I think we done well between us. It's a team event, bruv, to pull it out of the bag. So yeah, lovely 36 pounder. Thank you, Linear.
Yes,
thank you, Jay. What are you saying, Jay? You got anything to say?
50% complete. That's what I'll give you.
Thank you very much. That's very, very kind of you. Well, listen, we hope you've enjoyed it, because I've enjoyed his company. And I'm sure at some stage I'd like to think you'll be back up here, wouldn't you? It is a nice enough place. There's a lot of big fish around, so
I've enjoyed it, mate. It's been good.
Yeah, good then. Well, in that case, I've got to hit the motorway, and mate, you've got to hit loads of motorways.
Mileage to do, yeah.
I've got an hour, and he's got
3 hours.
That cheers me up, knowing, bud. But thank you very much, and we're going to the office to say thank you, Linear.
Yeah, it's been good.
Cheers, big ears.